Well, I just don't want you to be in the same position on all subjects, not just industry specific, but all subjects. And then just get out and say, what are we going to do? I mean, collectively, what are we going to do now to create a different future? So organizational meaning now has, you have these things plastered on the walls. Maybe some of you have wallet cards, I don't know, on mission statement, your values, I go to a lot of organizations. It bores me to death. And so the issue of organization, the organization tries then to say, in order not to have zombies in the organizations, we want to do things not just the way we did them before with mindlessness. We want to align people to the mission statement. Now, the way we've been doing it is cattywampus. It's counterproductive. Tattooing the mission statement to your chest doesn't make a difference. It doesn't change the world, especially when it changes, and then you have to go with that. It's happened to me several times. But now this is the deal. We learned that in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and we've also learned that I can't have a high-performance organization, a society, an organization, a department, a group, if I have zombies at the bottom of it. Non-thinking, of which we wanted, and we cultured that type of organization for so many years. Zombies don't make high-performance organizations. And intellectual zombies don't make high-performance organizations. Spirited zombies, spirited people kill zombieism. And that's what you want to build upon. Someone that has, this is who I am. So suddenly we're in a whole new host of this personal mastery. We kind of backed into it. I'd be the first to say it'd be better not to be in it. It's so much better just to do a Jim Jones on you and make that happen. But that's not the world we live in now. That was done, and it gave more fruits intellectually. But now that's not happening. The best organizations are having spirited people who actually know who they are. They're not the walking dead coming in Monday, morning to work. And what do they have? Well, they live a life of meaning. They know what their purpose in life is, or at least wrestle with that. So yeah, go back, pull out that seminal book, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl. Pull that thing out. You got it hid somewhere in your college paper somewhere, and pull that baby out and read that thing again, or logotherapy, about who are you and why are you here, and then what are your value sets, and what are your operating principles, and what is your vision, and then finally, why do I do the things I do on a daily basis, and not just because I'm told to do them or I did them before. I'm doing them because it leads me towards a life purpose. That's the biggest thing you can bring into work now. Bring into your organizations, bring into your community, is this newfound, this is what I'm about. So we have strategies for individual transformation. I know you thought it was over. I know they thought the transformation of your first kiss or your first car or whatever that happened that shook your world up, or your first divorce or whatever, shook my world up. But then are you trying to just level out for the rest of your life till you're 80, agoraphobic in the room, complaining that they changed the time of Wheel of Fortune from 5 to 5:30 and there's a tsunami outside your window, you don't even see it. That damn dude changed Wheel of Fortune. Life's changing rapidly. So where are you in this mix? Because now you're a fundamental piece. I know we say our people are our most important assets or whatever that thing is, but we never believed it. Right now, we're waking up. My goodness, you guys make the thing. So it's really this movement of spirit to mind, allowing the spirit to take prominence. And if you want to go religion on this, you can do that. We need to get over the spiritual. Sloan research out of Sloan Magazine, 1999, whole article on Sloan Journal of Management, a whole article on spirituality in the workplace. 1999, 10 years ago. This is not a new conversation. If you get the willies on spirit and who you are and type of that stuff, you're way behind the times. Transformation it does utilize creative source and purposeful spirit. That's what we want. That produces results. So I suggest that sometime in your life you sit down and say, why am I here? Where am I going? What values do I hold? And what does my presence here today, any venue you're in, what does that presence have to do with your purpose? Why did you walk in this door today? Because you're told to come? That gives you one result. If you can connect it to why you're here on earth, it gives a different result. So we've covered 2 rather fast, and I have it even faster on the last one. But this is an important piece about how do you relate to teams differently too. Marvin Washington and I did a 3-year worth of research. I'm the handsome one on the left. Yeah, that's me. I always know who's up there. It's important. And from University of Alberta, Marvin and I did this study on how is this impacting teams. And it gave way to this 207 publication. And the research was really done the 3-4 years prior to that as we looked at how are teams changing. Now, I'll just give you the rough shot over this thing. We took a look at it and said there are fundamental shifts in teams. And we wanted a vehicle to carry the message, so we actually used several African animals since we were wasting so much time and IRS was after us and we had to justify all those trips. And so we said, okay, it was about these animals. But the animals are not, it's not like swarming theory. That's a great understanding of original animal behavior that we reduced to practice. This is really, the research was done on real teams across the globe, and then we reduced it to animals carrying it on their back to convey the message. Well, the simple one is that communities are just communities of practice, communities of interest, communities of whatever else. And then we get more specifically to a team. And the work in the 1980s, primarily in the 1980s, that's when it became popular, actually it launched in the 1960s in the first high-performance work systems. There's been pretty much understanding good analytical tools to take a team and say, where are you in terms of high performance? Using these characteristics, a gradient of your performance across these attributes. Okay. So we thought this was the same. We went back and found this was still true. But we found, again, the difference between Google, the difference between Nike, the difference between Estonia, the difference between Botswana, the difference between, like good to great, the difference between the great teams and good teams. And what did we find? We found that they had a separate set of characteristics that we call pack characteristics. And it's a team with strong connection of purpose, clear vision, tenacious energy towards attaining specific goals. So in a fast and fun way, let me just give you the headline on here. If I took a look at these 4 different types of animals, it pretty much tells me the story. The zebra, with its stripes, wants to hide out. When change happens, when the tsunami comes, when the predator attacks, it wants to blend into the herd. This is not a leader. This is a zebra. And a lot of times when there's major change, I find managers within the organization wanting to blend into the herd. Don't get out in front. By God, surely don't get out in the rear. Don't ask any questions to differentiate yourself. You'll be picked off. In fact, the herd's happy when someone gets picked off. They're sad, but they're happy. You know, they got picked off, but it wasn't me. And I can see what you can't do to get picked off. So don't be a zebra. That's not a good strategy. Well, a lion is the most predominant process we have now, or model. Power, majestic. You know who Donald Trump. You know who has a mane. You know who's in charge. It's on the building. Trump Enterprises. I take the lion's share, and lion's share doesn't mean the most. A lion's share, this is misunderstood a lot. A lion's share, and having seen lions on the savannah many times, camping out, coming through the camp, they eat all they want to eat. If there's anything left, then the other lions can eat. If there's nothing left, then it's a personal problem. You didn't hunt enough. So I eat my fill. And so this lion is called, and good to great is a good testimonial to this. It is about me and about the organization. I'm devoted to the organization, but I'm devoted. And if those come in conflict, it's about me. So I want everyone to win, but if you start stepping up and showing your muscle as a young lion and you want to compete with fame then you don't understand who go find some other hunting area.